Okay, hello everyone in Lusaka, Zambia. We from the West greet you all. Today is June 17th, and we are going to start our fourth class from the ZELP program, which is today Miss Bowab will lecture about strategic business plan. It's a very important lesson as the other lessons, but most of you have ideas on how to create or open a business, on how to become an entrepreneur in your community, in your neighborhood, in your village. So it's very important that every time that you think that you can create something, you need to start from a plan. And that's what Miss Boab will teach you today. And you need to be open to understand that you cannot just open something because you have um, some resource, or maybe if you're afraid to open a business, now it's the time for you to organize your ideas and to elaborate the steps. So, Ms. Boab, please welcome your students. But as usual, I think you might start doing an overview from the previous assignment. Please welcome your students, Ms. Boab.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. And for those of you who have submitted your strategic life plan, they were excellent. For others, please try to send a draft. And it's so important to use the template that we have provided for you so that you could send it back in a Google document format. For some reason, some of them are coming back in a Word document, which I cannot correct for you and grade for you. So please work on your strategic life plan. Um, Send the first draft. I don't care how many drafts we go over till you finalize it, but do make an effort to do it because we don't want you to get behind. This is the last lesson of our 4 assignments in this foundational tier of the program. We're going to give you an extra week to finish everything up before you start with Mr. Casati at the we will
American
actually
Corner.
be meeting in person at the American Corner. So there's not a lot of time, and the strategic business plan will require a lot of thinking ahead of time. As Nielsen had said, uh, there's so many things that go into the thought process before you even begin. So what we're going to do today is give you a description of an entrepreneurial program with samples, a summary lesson of the template, examples of the template, and blank template for you to work on. So it's a lot of material, but it will be under the classroom assignment. So you'll need to go back and read it. There's more than enough information for you to create a project like this. And we want you to have fun with this because when you examined your core values, those are the values that you're going to put into a strategic business plan. You have to be passionate about something. So you want to look inside of yourself and say, what would I like to create? What do I like? What do I think will be successful? And hopefully that's what we're going to show you. So I'm going to present a background now for you on.
So, Ms. Boab, before you present this, let's just summarize a little bit. We just got some students that came for some reason late. So it's important that we emphasize the goal of this lesson. So the American Embassy, who is sponsoring our program, uh, gave us the opportunity to train leaders in Zambia. Okay, so you guys are leaders and you have been selected by the country managers. So if you are part of a program that is sponsored by the American Embassy, you need to understand that the American Embassy is also a a potential sponsor of your own projects. You cannot come up with an idea to get sponsored by the American Embassy or any other organization if you do not have a plan. So you are going, let's say that you have your nonprofit organization and you want to create an idea to develop something in your community. That idea can generate business in your community. Other people can work with you. You can lead a group of people that could be doing something in what you are good at. Okay? So think about this lesson and organize while you're learning from Miss Bowab. Think about, do you have the skills to lead a group of people in your community doing something that could generate resource to everyone? So in Miss Casade's class, you learn the steps on how to put this in real evidence. But today, you understand the beginning of this process. Okay? So think about this while you are having this lesson. Miss Bowab, please.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. So this is part 2. Okay, so this is not the right one. Let me go back.
We want to know what kind of products you could create in your community. Okay? What kind of products could you sell through your community? Is there anything that could you organize? Okay, Ms. Webb, sorry.
Okay, so when we talk about what is a business, right, it's defined as an organized economic activity where you exchange goods and services for adequate consideration, which is profit. But you could also have a nonprofit, but we're going to be talking about a business with balance sheet and earning some money. So before you begin, you want to say, what kind of opportunities are there in the field that I'm thinking about? If it exists.
Ms. Bob, is there any chance that you could enhance your screen use where you see 100%? If you could go that in 100%. No. Yeah, on the
Right
right.
here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because that'll be better for students to see. 125 would be better, or 150. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, what is a business opportunity? It will exist where there are people who want something that we can sell them when there are enough people willing and able to pay for what you can provide and that you can make some money. So, 3 opportunity factors that you have to consider: people who need something, people that want something, or have a particular problem that you can solve for them. The other thing you have to consider is competition. Other businesses which provide the same type of business that you want to offer. So it must not be too strong. If it's a problem and if there are a few existing businesses that are providing for the needs or wants of the people. So as an example, people need food, clothing, water, things one cannot do without. Those are your needs. For wants, people want computers, cars, TVs. Wants are things one would like to have but can do without. So what is the difference between a need and a want? This is what you have to think about before you even get started. The definition of the two is very subjective, person by person. What one person might perceive as a need, another person might perceive it as a want. So from a customer's point of view, the definition of a need will influence the way you treat your product. For example, someone who is strongly reliant upon a computer in order to get his job done, then the computer is a need for their business. Therefore, the owner will find the money to buy one. In a small shop, the owner can see the benefits of having a computer, but will view it as not being an essential business tool. The owner,
Miss Boab, I'm sorry, but I have to uh, give the students an opening about what you're doing right now,
okay,
because Miss Boab, besides what she's lecturing you, she's giving us the opportunity to listen how she pronounces the words. Okay, so all of us should pay attention to she's reading carefully her lecture, and we are listening and we are looking at the words, how she pronounced the words. So that help us to improve our pronunciation. So please pay attention to this. Go ahead, Miss Bob.
thank
Sorry.
you. Okay. So this is the definition between the needs and the wants, right? So needs demand that we spend money on them, while the wants say it would be nice to have this. So the more you can get the gear your business to meeting the people's needs, the more likely they will be your customers and you will have a successful business. So here are some problems that you might encounter. Providing solutions to problems could be a business opportunity. The most important categories are urgent, need, immediate attention. For an example, if the roof blows off of your home, or someone breaks down the front door, or your toilet backs up, those are urgent needs that the person with the problem will have to pay to have these items fixed. And that's why it's so important if one has a plumbing business, an electrical business. These are not wants, these are needs that people have to have the problem solved and they're willing to pay for it. So if a situation is a semi-urgent situation, they can wait a while, even though it needs attention. So for example, your car has a hole in the exhaust, or a leaky tap, or refrigerator that makes an odd sound. Something that's not urgent, problems that are not serious and can wait their turn. And worries, problems that if solved would ease people's minds. Someone would be paid to take care of these things. These are just problems that can come up, and you need to think about the urgency of them if you're creating a business and how necessary your services would be. If you are going to start up a business that sorts out people's problems, try to structure the business around taking care of the urgent problems people have. People first try to take care of their needs. Secondly, they sort out their problems. And lastly, they satisfy their wants. So to summarize what we just went over, examples of good and bad opportunities. What is the business? Does this business meet a need or want or problem? What is it? You have to identify it. Are the customers willing and able to pay? Is the competition strong or weak? Is the opportunity a good one or a bad one?
So I think it's very important at this point, Miss Boab, to ask them if any one of them had in their mind an idea to open a business. So we would like to hear. You have two screens. All right. So anyone in this group had or already had an idea in the past, or are you currently with an idea to open a business? Please raise your hand and let us know what kind of business is that. Short, in brief.
But something they might not have thought about right now.
Oh, Akim,
Okay.
let's see. Faith, all right.
All right, Akeem, can you share your thoughts with us?
You mean the thought about the idea that I have?
Yes.
Okay, so in the past, I had started some microfinance lending. So it was unregistered business. But when I started out, I saw that it was giving me almost over double of profit. However, I couldn't proceed because of some regulations and financial challenges. So that's the reason why I withdrew. Otherwise, I would say it's quite a good idea.
Okay. So probably if you had a partner with backing to help you, financial backing, you would have been able to retain the business that you started.
Yes, initially I had started the business with Mishek because he's my childhood friend. So we developed the idea together and tried it out. But because of some shortcomings, we couldn't continue with the business.
Okay. But
So that
there was a need there. So that's the important thing. There was a need for your business.
so there is a need for the business. They understood they the weakness of the business as well. So throughout this class, they might work on the same idea, Miss Bowab, or because could be a way for them to reshape the brand if they want to work on it, right?
Yeah. Or once they see the samples, they might get some ideas. Faith had her hand up. Faith, did you want to say something?
No, it was Ferdina, but she said it's all right.
Ferdina,
Oh, Ferdina.
Hi,
they are together.
Hi, Ferdina.
I'm okay, Madam Janet. How are you?
Good. Did you want to talk about the strategic business plan?
Did you have an idea before about you open a business?
No,
No. Okay.
All
So
right.
why don't we continue then with
Sure.
some strategies here? So let me present again if I can find this. Okay, this is the strategic business plan template. This is the information that you're going to put onto the template. And I broke it down so that you would understand what each term meant. In the template.
Miss Bobby, if you don't mind, just to expand there, that'll be great.
Okay. All right. So there'll be a title, Executive Summary, which means under that, you're going to put the name of the company, the project, and image in the minds of potential customers. Does it reflect your mission, the nature of your business, and the incorporation date? The name is very important. We'll show you when we have some samples here. Then the product or services to be rendered, the market needs that are going to be served. And the third thing is expectations and expansion in a given industry, the competitiveness of it in your defined market. So under executive summary, these are the things that you're going to put in there. In my sample, I decided I wanted to open up an ice cream shop. So you'll see my sample. So I put the name, I put the incorporation date, I put, what I'm going to serve and what I expect. The next category you're going to fill out is business description summary. You're going to describe the industry overview in your particular location. In other words, are there 10 companies? Are there 3 companies? Is it a good location? Is it foot traffic? You're going to list what you think would be the gross income of your sales. And then legal issues that you've seen the lawyer, you've taken the steps needed to acquire all legal trademarks and patents. And you'll be surprised, like you might come up with a wonderful name for your company, and then when you go to research it, someone else already has that name, so you can't use it. So these are things that are called business description summary. Another summary you're going to fill out, number 3, is marketing summary. It sounds complicated, but when you do this step by step, and it's not a long, you'll see it's very short statements, but you're going to target the market and your customers. You're going to estimate how many potential clients within the company's geographic scope, your key customer benefits, and the performance indicators, how you will assess the benefits, the services that your company is going to provide, the focus of your company, and the steps you're going to take to create a loyal brand following and return business so that they will come back and continue to purchase from you or have services on whatever your company is providing. Then number 4, financial plan and the funding request summary. You're going to prepare a short financial statement of the projected income. So say you think the company is going to bring you $10,000 a year. So what you want to do is you want to show a cash flow of what your assets are, the plus sign, what the liabilities are, the minuses, and any loans or grants that you've requested or that you will get to help you along with your business.
So if someone wants to start a business, these are the 4 basic steps that they need to follow. Is that correct, Ms. Bowab?
Yes, and you'll be provided with a blank template that you could use over and over again the rest of your life if you want to start a business. It's not that difficult. We've tried to abridge this to abbreviate. This is an actual outline of what large businesses do, but in a more formal and more, elongated process. So now I'm going to,
Yes, just sorry. Just for example, Mr. Kazari, he will train you to create a cooperative. So you have a group of other people working with you, and you lead that group. And the Zambia government, Mr. Sikumbala and Mr. Kalaswa had mentioned frequently to us the interest of the Zambia government to support group of youth that are interested in create small business cooperative. So those groups are led by youth, and you engage other group of people with you, and you guys work together. All right. So that's something that Mr. Kazadi will help you with the steps, how the Zambian government is doing this. And the American embassy wants to know these ideas that you have. But if you have an idea, think about, okay, can I engage other people, not just for you to make profit? When you are looking for support for investors, nowadays we need to have investors, people who make investment on our ideas. If we have a good idea, there are different kind of investments. You have the intellectual investment with someone that will briefing your idea. You have some idea. That's what we are doing here. We are helping you to elaborate your idea, okay? And then you might have a financial support. That's an investment that someone will make in your business idea. But you cannot go anywhere. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. No, no, no. You have to have in a paper, clearly this that Ms. Bowab is presenting to you. Okay? Sorry, Miss Bob.
No, thank you, Nielsen. Okay, so I'm going to show you a sample that that I did. Let me enlarge this. And it just so happened that when I presented this to another class, one of the young men had already started an ice cream business in South Sudan. And so you've got the two samples here that you can compare. Now, see, this is exactly what I described to you before, the executive summary, what goes into it, the incorporation date, and all of this. This is not that complicated for you. So you look at this. I wanted to start an ice cream business. So this is the name I chose, Delight Ice Cream and Drinks, because it's uplifting. Delight makes, when you hear the word delight, it's a positive word, right? And it's a fun word. And so the name of my shop would be Delight Ice Cream and Drinks. The incorporation date would, I was planning to build this business in 2021. The product or services to be rendered, the market needs served: ice cream, cold drinks, ice cream sandwiches, soft serve ice cream. Those are my products. Very simple. What are my expectations and expansion in this given industry? I will not expand. There's not much competition in the area that I chose. It could be near a university or in a small strip mall. Now, my business description summary, industry overview. There's a lack of ice cream business in the particular area that I was looking at. I expect to bring in $10,000 a year. So it's not going to be a full-time job for me. This is going to be a fun project for me. And so this is what I'm expecting to bring in $10,000. And I will show you how I figured that out. Legal issues. All legal, trademark, and patents have been filed at the City Hall, appropriate government agencies, the lawyers. You can follow these same terms here because we're assuming that you will do this. So you just need to know that it will have to be filed, the patent, the trademark, in the City Hall.
So, Miss Bowab, what's on the left side, it will be there for them?
Yes.
Or they have to?
No, everything is on the left side, and they only have to fill in the right side.
Oh, okay.
It's very, very simple. We just want you to understand what a strategic business plan is all about. Here's the marketing summary, okay? So target markets and customers. My targets are all ages because everybody likes ice cream. Estimated number of potential clients. I expect 500 to 1,000 people to come into my ice cream store. Key customer benefits. Excellent diversified selection of ice cream products. And so when I say diversified, you have to keep changing the flavors and change it around so that it's exciting and interesting. So services, what is the focus of my company? It's to provide refreshing cold drinks and ice cream. And how am I going to create a loyal brand, a following for return business, right? To motivate them. So I figured I will have the flavor of the month, and I will change the flavors according to the season, and I will concentrate on 10 to 12 flavors of the month. Financial plan. So I had to look at the cost of equipment and how much the maintenance would be to keep up on that, the cost of the rental space, how many cones, how many drinks can be sold daily, the cost of employees. I'm going to employ college students and youths because they're young, so 18 years or older. The ingredients that are needed to make the product. And by doing all of that, I came up with that I would make $10,000. Now, the balance sheet shows you the calculation of your cash flow, what you take in and what you have to take out, what you pay out. So I'm going to charge $2 for a small cone, $2.50 for a large cone. The fruit drinks here, what I'm going to pay the employees. And under loans and grants, I got a bank loan and I'm going to get private donations. Very simple. There's not anything, if you look at that, it's not complicated. Any questions about that? We don't want you to think, oh my God, I have to start something and it's going to be like thousands of dollars. Some of you already have a business. You're selling soap, or you knit, you crochet, you sell hand goods, whatever. So whatever you're passionate about, if you have a hobby, or whatever, or if you like music and you want to start a band and you want to play out in clubs and you want to charge people to come, you could be as creative as you want to do this business. Now, it just so happened, as I said, when I was doing this lesson, a student had already started an ice cream store. And I'm going to show you his strategic life plan after he did our class.
So his strategic business plan was exactly in the same path that Miss Bowab was discussing. But when he took our class, he was able to organize a plan. So it was not just he had the idea. He took our class, and after taking our class, he was able to organize a plan exactly on that direction.
Right. So, and then he named his ice cream company Tasty Ice Cream and Snacks, keeping you satisfied. That was his logo, keeping you satisfied.
So he got this slogan for this business. So look at this, the template that Miss Boab created. We create this template for the students, and now he was able to organize in this format. Yes. So that's what we are teaching you now.
It was excellent. And so his product was different than mine. He was going to sell ice cream, juice, cold drinks, cappuccino, iced coffee, daddies, pizza, cakes, biscuits, and basta. And then he planned to expand to other sites in Juba after a year. Those were his expectations. He wanted to do outside catering to boost his sales. Now here we're both doing an ice cream shop, but look how different his is. He wanted to partnership with large shops, supermarkets, and outdoor sales. Very ambitious. Now his business description summary. Ice cream business is generally a growing industry in a growing city such as Juba in South Sudan. Most products on sale is substandard in quality. More of food color than real ice cream. Seasonal sales expected, more during the dry season. So he had already done the research and found out that the ice cream was substandard. It was not good quality. His little company, he expected to make $6,000 a year. And his legal issues, all trademarks and patents have been filed with the Ministry of Justice in the Republic of Sudan by a family lawyer. His target market, all ages, particularly school children, for ice cream. And he estimated the potential clients within his geographic scope of 20,000 to 30,000 people. The key customers, variably satisfying selection of ice cream and other products, the benefits. And the customers would have access to his products 10 to 12 hours a day. And then he expected by the month to have 5 to 10% increments in sales the first year. Again, the focus of the company was to provide the cold drinks, cappuccino, cakes, and cookies. Now, the steps he took to create this brand, he's working on a business brand, a logo, and he's printing stickers that can be applied to product packs. He's considering monthly free cone day, for the first 50 children of ages 5 and under. So certainly that's going to bring people into the store to get a free cone of ice cream. And he'll conduct quarterly customer surveys for feedback on products and services, acting on the recommendations of his survey. He will partner with bicyclists to sell ice cream with residential areas, and he'll maintain availability of all preferred ice cream flavors. Free delivery within town of orders for 2 or more cakes. It's a much larger business than what I was projecting. Then he's got the financial plan here, see below, no loans. And this is what he did. I don't expect you to do that, but it's good for you to look at this, what he did. He itemized all his expenditures, those are his costs, and his projected income. This is what we call a balance sheet. This is an excellent example. His ice cream machine was $700. His oven, $200. The ice cream ingredients, $200. Cake and cookies, $100. Utensils, $100. On the opposite side, the yearly sale of ice cream, yearly sale of cookies, yearly sale of soft drinks, yearly sale of coffee.
So, Ms. Bowab, I have a question.
Yeah.
I know in this project, students are not expected to create a balance sheet, but in case they want to, they can follow this template. But as I notice here, Liju, it says the currency is US dollars, but maybe I don't know if he was intended to use his currency in Juba, because in Zambia they would not need to convert into dollars, would they?
No.
All right.
No. So if this is an example for him. His total cost was $7,700, and this is what he expected to bring in, $9,780. We have samples of short balance sheets in the classroom assignments for you to look at. But that gives you an idea of what we want. 1 page, or maybe it's 2 pages, and you just fill in the information. It doesn't have to be perfect. We want you to we want to see that you understand the process. And a lot of the process is the research. When we talked about your wants of the customer, the wants, the needs of the customer. If it's an emergency, if it's urgent, if it's not urgent. These are things you need to think about. You don't want to develop a business that there's a lot of competition. You want a business that you have to understand the access that the people have, whether it's foot traffic, what are you near? Do you want to open up at a strip mall? Do you want to work out of your house? Every business is different.
Yes. Going towards the last 10 minutes of class, we would like to ask you all students, what's your idea? If you're building your idea, do you understand the importance of a business plan? I would like to hear one student to share, if it's possible, if this class is expanding, enhancing your interest in put together business, because this class, it's not necessary. For example, some of you might say, I don't want to open a business. It's possible. It's possible. I want to work with other people. I want to work for other people. I want them to hire me. I do not want to hire people. It's possible. Some people, they are leaders. Some people, they like to be led by someone. Okay? So you need to understand this. So we are creating this assignment to enhance your entrepreneurship skills. But if you do not want to open a business, even though you need to do the assignment to graduate from the program, is that correct, Ms. Bowab?
Yes, because now remember, I am not going to open up an ice cream store. I just wanted to do a template for you to see what I processed the information. So it was like just an exercise. And I like ice cream. So if I were to open up a business, I'd like to open up an ice cream store, but I'm not going to open up an ice cream store. And so that's what Nielsen is trying to tell you. Also, in this class assignment, which I want to just go over quickly with you, I have put together the process of incorporating a business. And there's no assignment with this. You're not going to be graded on it. I would like you to read it really thoroughly and use it as a reference. And it's a wonderful segue into what Lawrence is going to be teaching you. So let me just show you what I put together for you. It's there for you to read. Let's see, incorporation. So I did the research, and it's very thorough. It's something I learned a lot about, and you can read this and, as I said, have it for future business as a future reference. When you're going to incorporate into a business incorporation process, you have to select a business profile. And these are the different types of businesses that there are that you might have heard of. The LLC, which is researches 5 different business types to find the right one for you. This LLC is better for maximum flexibility in how you manage a business. S is for S corporation is better for smaller corporations. C corporation is best if you go public. A nonprofit, which supports a good cause. A sole proprietor, better if you need an easy setup. And what steps do you need to form a business or a nonprofit? You pick a name, see the strategic business plan template. You file papers for incorporation. We are a nonprofit, so we are a 501c3. That's what you would have to do. When you start a nonprofit, which is very different starting other businesses, you need to do the research, and you write a business plan, see the strategic business plan template. You file the documents. Then you conduct a needs assessment. I'm just going to go over this quickly for you. Also, you see the strategic business plan, but this is in much more detail. You visit the Census Bureau of your country. You talk to people at other businesses. You interview people. You determine what they want. You research the logistics. You need to know the local laws. And then you use this research to write a needs assessment that describes your organization's strengths and its weaknesses. And you're going to be going over this with Mr. Casati. You're going to complete a market analysis. So all of these points are in your strategic business plan, but it's an abridged form. It's just a short form. This is a more formal business that you would build upon. And so again, you would complete a market analysis. You would apply for tax exempt status. Types of nonprofit corporations, schools, museums, churches, food banks. There's public charities. There's social advocacy organizations. There's foundations. There's trade and professional organizations. These are all nonprofit. Incorporate in your state or country. Here's some information on how to form a nonprofit, which is what we have, the Kendita Initiative, which we had to go through. Then you have to establish bylaws, and you form a board of directors. And you hold your first meeting. And these are the references that I use. So this is a thorough research that I did for you in a short, a brief type of example of incorporating a business.
Great. Perfect. So, Ms. Bowab, I want to thank you very much for this beautiful lecture. Expand the understanding of students on how to plan a business, on how to elaborate an idea and to make an idea sustainable. It's very important that you all, as leaders, understand that this is our last lesson from this first part of the program. Okay, so the program will not finish, but you will not have lessons from us here in the United States. You will have lesson from an instructor, an instructor from Zambia. So Mr. Kazadi has been selected from us. We selected him by us, and when he's going to start this program, you will have Mr. Kalaswa, Mr. Chikumbala with you at the American corner. So the lessons will not be online with the computer. We will sometimes stop by because it's a different schedule. We're going to inform you later. But you need to go to every class and to continue working on your project, on your final project, to prepare for graduation. So, Ms. Bowab, how many lessons they will have with Mr. Kazadi? So they start their lessons.
Well, let me just say, as Nielsen said, this is our last class with you. Next week, there are no classes. So you have 2 weeks to finish up these 4 assignments that we have given you. These are called the foundational tier of this program. Then you will build upon that with 8 classes with Mr. Kasadi. And that will start in 2 weeks, not next Saturday, the following Saturday. You'll be working with Michette, Michael Kalaswa, and Morris at the embassy with those classes. So we can't emphasize enough, you have to complete our 4 classes in order to graduate from this program.
So those classes at the American corner, you will have computers available. You will have internet available if you need to finish your assignments as well. So when you go to the American corner, you will have our support to get the transportation to go to the American corner. Okay, so we will help you with the transportation so you can get to the American corner on time and you can do your assignments. So the American embassy is helping us to help you to become a better leader. So now it's your opportunity to take time to finish your assignments and move along with Mr. Kazadi. Do you have any questions, students?
Do you have any questions about the first 4 assignments? I have not received a video from every person, almost everyone. There's a couple of people I have not received the video yet. And I've only received 2 of the strategic life plans. I'll look again today to see if anything else came in, but only 2 strategic life plans came in. So you need to finish that up this week, plus work on the strategic business plan. Yes. We don't want you to get behind in these lessons.
Exactly. So it's very important that you understand you are the one who can change your reality. You cannot be waiting for us. We open the door for you. You open this door, you hold the keys of your success, and you make your path. Okay? So we do not want you to wait. We do not want you just to be holding or waiting for us. We want you to be on time with your assignments. Is that correct, Ms. Bowab?
Yes, yes.
So while you're doing this, the American Embassy is expecting you to finish your projects. All right? So please finish your projects, and we are expecting you to work on it as soon as possible. Any questions from you all?
Okay, so I know Abigail's not here today. There's a few students that are not here. Frederick is not here. Abigail, Rachel. Rachel has malaria. Samuel and Sarah.
Abigail is here.
Oh, okay, good. Good.
Deborah has a question, Miss Bowab.
Yes, Deborah.
Do we have any new assignments this week?
Yes, the strategic business plan is the last assignment for this part. You need to work this week.
Okay.
Okay, so Miss Bowab, I think we should just make a list, a clear list. Who has what? Because sometimes they don't know what they really submitted. So if we have their names and the 4 assigned, I will create the chart and I'll share with you, Miss Bowab.
Okay.
All right. And we just need to check mark who finished this, who finished.
All right, so Abigail is here. That's what Michael said. Abigail, I did not receive a video from you, only your narrative so far. I have not received a resume yet.
I'm working on it. You'll receive it.
Okay. And Rhoda, did you have your hand up?
Last time I was trying to send you a narrative, but I turned it in. I don't know if you received it or you did not receive, because I didn't see anything like a feedback from you.
I think whatever you sent me, I could not open up. It was not in the Google document.
All right, so we need to check, Rhoda. Miss Bowab, could you make a note on Rhoda?
Yeah, I will. I will.
Thank you. So Rhoda, Miss Bowab will take a note on this, and she'll get back to you.
I will email you.
Okay.
All right. Best wishes within the assignments. Don't hesitate to ask if you have any questions at all.
All right. So it's 9 o'clock here. It's time to finish our session. We thank you all for your commitment. Good luck with your assignments, and we see you all next week. Could you please open your camera for a last picture of the day? Could you please open your camera? Let's take one last picture with everybody. Roll a face. Can you open your camera? Oh, great. Nice picture. I will send to you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Have a nice week.
Goodbye. No class next week, Nilsson.
Oh, no class next week.
You have 2 weeks to finish everything, okay?
All right, great. Thank you all.
All right. Good luck.
Good luck. Miss Bowab, I will send you another link.
Okay.
Bye.
We miss you.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay healthy.